This video is brought to you by the guys from Geeks in the City, for your anime and video game needs. Hey guys, this is Biz from Geeks in the City, and today I'm going to talk about an anime I have enjoyed greatly, known as Black Clover, and a new segment called Geeks Fave. Basically, this segment is supposed to explain why I like a particular series, ranging from plot, characters, lessons, and everything in between. But before I go any deeper as to why I enjoy this amazing series, it would make more sense to tell all of you what Black Clover actually is. Black Clover is a manga series written and illustrated by Yuki Tabata. It has been serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump magazine since February 16, 2015. It has been collected into over 20 volumes. An anime adaptation was also made in 2017, with a PS4 video game released in 2018 called Black Clover Quartet Nights. An English version was released in North America by Viz Media, licensed by Crunchyroll and Funimation. Okay, so now that we got the general introduction out the way, let's get into this segment. The story centers around Asta, a young boy born without any magic power, in a world where magic is everything. It's not a matter whether you have magic or not, but how much of it you have. That sets Asta apart from other characters because he is literally the only person in his world that can't use magic, which is something that's unheard of in the world he lives in. Despite that shortcoming, with the help of his friends, Asta is supposed to become the next Wizard King, which is essentially the president of his world, and just so we're clear, not this guy, more like this guy. We miss you, Barack. Okay, so one thing I always try to find in any character of any series I watch is if I see myself in that character. And I can say in all honesty, I relate with Asta on so many levels. I think he's me or I'm him, or whichever sounds less arrogant. To give everyone a little insight on Asta's character, in the beginning he can be best described by these four terms: short, loud, obnoxious, and vulgar. But that's just the surface of his character. In truth, Asta is just cheerful and hyperactive. He tends to shout to express his thoughts and goals, much to the annoyance of some of those around him, and often in spite of other people's opinions. His simple yet ongoing personality is frequently played for comic relief during more serious situations. However, his determination to never give up, added to his own steel fortitude during grueling and harsh battles, is a trait that becomes the basis for others to acknowledge him. Upon first reading about this kid, the first thing that really came to me was that this kid was a solid definition of an outcast character. There was nothing I enjoyed more than watching a story about someone who's looked down upon by everyone and strives to be the best there ever was. And I feel that's something everyone can relate to, since we all at times feel like failures in our life, and we need that pick-me-up to strive for excellence. Now, if that wasn't enough of a reason as to why I personally feel connected with this series, well, not to dig too deep into my personal life, I too was an outcast in my early years of life, preferably my teen years and especially my high school years. In fact, I'm still pretty much considered an outcast to this day, mainly among my fellow members of Geeks in the City, but that's neither here or there. Because despite being an outcast, as I usually tell I did have to benefit myself, I can honestly say my early teen years were not the worst years of my life. And that's one of the lessons I really vibe with when it comes to Black Clover, and that's use what strengths you do have to benefit yourself and not follow the masses. Because just like everyone in Black Clover having their own unique magic, like fire, lightning, or water, everyone has their own unique talent that makes them special. As for the other characters in the series, I'm not going to talk about every single character. The only characters I feel I need to talk about is Yuno and the members of the Black Bull Squad. Yuno is Asta's best friend, foster brother, and rival. Yuno is supposed to be Asta's complete opposite because he's handsome and a prodigy with magic. I'm not gonna lie, Yuno isn't my favorite character because I've seen his kind before, but I understand the importance of his character in the story. Plus, despite his stuck-up personality, he does care for Asta, which is really something all I can ask for from a rival character. Then you have Asta's squad, the Black Bulls, which consists of losers, failures, freaks, and rejects. All 14 members have their own shortcomings that really adds to the story. I feel it's good when the protagonist's main group of friends have similar struggles like the protagonist, because doing this builds a level of trust and respect between them. And it makes the friendship between the protagonist and his friend genuine and real. Now, I'm not going to break down every single member of the Black Bulls, because then this video will be way too long. Instead, I'm going to give a quick rundown of the Black Bulls members and one word to best describe them to give everyone an idea about the character. So there's Charmy, who's a glutton. Ghost has a sister complex. Zola likes pulling pranks. Finn was a reject that can't seem to get a girl to like him, which I can relate. Gordon mumbles. Vanessa's an alcoholic. Gray's a reject. Magma's a loser. Luck's a freak. Henry's a reject. Nero or Citri is both a loser and a reject. Novelle's a reject, failure, and a loser. And Yami is a shonen protagonist whose anime is always finished. Now, if my quick one-word synopsis wasn't enough as an explanation, my best advice is just watch the first few episodes of Black Clover, and I promise you will find at least one member of the Black Clovers you can relate to in terms of their personality. I will say that regarding Asa's relation with his fellow Black Bulls, it's safe to say that Asa's the best thing that ever happened to the Black Bulls, considering that they were the worst squad in the entire Clover Kingdom before he joined. And as for what the Black Bulls offer Asta, well, in simplest terms, the Black Bulls give Asta the confidence and acceptance he's been longing for. And this goes back to what I previously said about the friendships between the protagonist and his main group of friends as genuine and real. But what I find probably most amazing about this series is the fact that it's a shonen character in itself. When this series first came out, it got wrecked by critics, with some calling it the worst anime of the year. Some even calling it a knockoff of other anime like Naruto and Fairy Tail. However, as the series started to set its individuality apart from other series, with its lessons on discrimination, revenge, and social classes, people clearly dismissed the series too soon. But in the end, regardless of what others think about Black Clover, I personally consider it a member of the new gen anime Big 3, and even if it's never accepted by the mass anime and manga population, I enjoy the series because I can relate to the characters in the story, mainly the Black Bulls, and I can vibe with the lessons the series tries to push. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making this one for you guys. Leave a comment in the section below, stay safe, and remember to stay geeky. This has been the Almighty Biz from Geeks in the City. You guys have a good one.